What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. We've got Katie on board. She agreed to a leg day, so we are on day 3 of the workout split. You guys saw the push workout, the pull workout. Now we got legs. So let's head inside. First we got squats. First exercise of the day, we've got the back squat. One thing a little bit unique is, since we're squatting with Katie, which I didn't think about, is she's a little bit lower. So you might see me struggle to unrack and re-rack the bar, but it's just part of life. But today's workout is a back squat, then we'll go over to some machines. But I will say, this is definitely more of a low volume program, with everything being 2 sets, except for the bench press as well as the back squat. With those 2 movements being newly kind of reintroduced into my program, as after like basically 2 years off almost, I'm doing 3 sets to give myself a little bit more time to focus on my form, technique, and have my body used to the movement. Because I'll be honest, like right now, I think I might be benching as much as I'm squatting, which shouldn't be the case. But as my body gets accustomed to this back squat again, we're gonna do 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps. Really focus on good form, good technique. As you guys notice, I don't really squat for the numbers. Like if I did, I would definitely cut basically my depth down a little bit. But we're still squatting for hypertrophy, so we're gonna do high bar, squats, and ass to grass. If I wanted to go for pure strength and pure numbers, I'd probably do low bar and not squat as deep. But for now, we're doing high bar and ass to grass. And then yeah, right now we're doing last warm-up set of 175, and then my working sets at a really heavy 225. But the goal, once again, of this entire bulk is to get back up to a 405 squat for reps. We got a long way to go, but we also have plenty of time to bulk, so it'll be okay.
Oh my god, the lighting is so bad.
First working set, like I said, 225. We're starting pretty light. I will say, even the 175 felt pretty heavy, unfortunately. So this is definitely gonna be the biggest work in progress, because just like the bench, I have the goal of 315 for reps. I think that might be easier than 405 for reps, and then we still need to figure out something for the back days as far as like a weighted pull-up. Maybe like, maybe like 135, like 4 45-pound plates for weighted pull-up or something like that. I feel like that could be a fun goal to have, but for now, we just need to focus on good form and getting stronger again. Oh, this belt is literally suffocating me. My belt's way too tight, by the way.
Sorry about the camera quality. Trash lighting. The gym is sensory overload if you don't have headphones. This is horrible.
It's ugly. Got work to do.
Yeah, your ass is coming up a little early.
Oh, that was really bad form.
Let's hit my shoulders. I feel like the last 2 are always bad.
All right, first set, I will say form is looking really shitty right now. And it's not looking great, but I will say after 2 years off, I don't expect anything less. I think I'm gonna try a low bar this set, just see if it feels any better. Just as far as, once again, everyone's anatomy is different. So as far as what you want is just like the bar path over the middle of your foot. You want something that's comfortable, like gets you to full range of motion, but also good depth, all that good stuff. So we're gonna try low bar, just see how it feels. Cause I think last time I did do lower bar, like every time I run squats in the past, it was typically always low bar. So we're gonna give that a go, see how it feels, see how the form looks. And then yeah, over the next couple of weeks, we'll probably pick one or the other and then stick with that, but we'll experiment for now.
Oh, already dipping out?
We're gonna stick with high bar. It just didn't feel right. I don't know why, but.
Okay. The guy next to us has his ass crack out. That's okay. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
We got a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah, keep your butt down.
I just don't want to. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm recording already.
All right, last set. Once again, this is the reason why I'm doing 3 sets rather than just 2, because my body needs to get used to the exercise again. And that's one thing where, although I'm doing a little bit of a different style of training as far as like this lower volume, higher intensity style, there's things like the squat and the bench where it's more of a skill, and the strength comes from your body becoming more efficient at that movement rather than you just building muscle. This is really tight, but that's one thing why I think a lot of people always jump the gun to switch programs too, is because they see this initial gain in strength and then they hit a plateau and they think they need to change out either their exercise or the equipment they're using, when really that initial strength gain is just your body adapting to the movement. And then after your body's adapted, after that initial maybe like 10 to 15 pounds you gain on that exercise, that's when the real growth starts. That's where the real muscle's being built. And the initial 10 to 15 pounds you gain is just your body becoming more efficient at that movement. So that's why, once again, you should stick with your program for a long time, beyond just the initial first plateau. Whew.
Okay.
God, this thing's way too tight, but I'll fix it when we get home.
Literally shaking.
That's so humbling. Let's go get into some machines. So now we're getting to the meat potatoes of the workout. This is something that I pretty much will have probably my workouts, or leg days at least, probably as long as I can think in the future. Seated leg curl, and then also a seated leg extension. Probably 2 of my favorite exercises for growing the hamstrings and the quads. Starting off with a seated leg curl here. Once again, as far as you can do a prone or like a lying leg curl, but I personally find the seated, I feel like I get a better contraction of my hamstrings, and B, I think it's more comfortable and able to push myself a little bit more versus the lying. So we'll go ahead, we're doing 2 sets of 9 to 12 here. Once again, we're not doing 3 sets, we're just doing 2. Each one will be going to failure. With that second set, we're gonna do some length and partials as well. All right, a couple keys, because once again, as much as this should be like, technically, we're gonna do like a mic'd up workout, but I realize how little Katie and I talk actually during our workouts. Normally we just put our headphones in and work out. But as far as seated leg extension, seated leg curl in this case, biggest thing is finding some stability. So why I love machines and why pretty much all the prep I use machines, it allows you to basically isolate the actual muscle without having to think too much about stability. And that's one thing that's hard about the squat right now, is I did the leg press, the hack squat, something with a lot of stability for pretty much my entire prep. So the fact that I now don't have that stability as I try to like basically do a squatting pattern, it's a little bit more for my body to like kind of relearn. But why I love machines is I can really just focus on getting set up, getting proper anchoring, and then just basically squeeze the muscle as hard as I can. So we're gonna do our second set, once again in the 9 to 12 rep range, with doing some partials at the end, just basically trying to go to complete failure since we're only doing 2 sets. Oh, another quick thing. Katie, if you want to come over here real quick. So as far as like where you want what we'll call the point of rotation is this little guy right here, where the actual, like the whole machine kind of rotates around this guy right here. That's where you want your knees to be lined up with. So you can see that right there. Just makes it a little bit easier and efficient, but all right, let's get into it. Try to catch my breath. But at the same time, 1 second. And one thing that I actually am gonna steal from my coach is to think of every rep as its own kind of sequence, and in a sense, controlling every rep that you have. So I think a lot of my form used to be basically like as fast as you can go, not controlling the eccentric as much, or like the lowering phase, in this case, the raising phase. And one thing my coach said is like, every rep is not a race. It's not a race to see how fast you can do something. It's more so what kind of quality you can get out of each and every rep. So that's one thing I'm really trying to slow down, control the contraction, control the eccentric, and not treat every rep as a race, but try to see like, okay, how much can I actually get out of each and every single rep, muscle wise, muscle tension, all that kind of good stuff. But whew, now we'll go to leg extension. Next up, we got the leg extension, another 2 sets here, 9 to 12 reps. And the biggest thing here I'm trying to work on is slowing down the eccentric or controlling the lowering phase. Because a lot of times I can go pretty heavy on the concentric, I can get the weight up, but as far as like controlling the actual, maybe like a slight pause at the top and the eccentric, I do struggle with a little bit. So I'm trying to make the most out of every rep. In this case, slowing down the eccentric and maybe adding a slight pause at the top. And then this basically is just to increase the range of motion. So without this, I feel like I have a little bit of more room to kind of basically have a stretch on the actual quads. So this is to allow me to have more comfortable placement on my shins. My shins don't feel like crap. And then also get me a little bit more range of motion. If I had, honestly, I'm trying to think what else I could use. You could use maybe like a yoga mat of some sort, or, well, obviously this is a yoga mat, but you could use some sort of like foam pad or something to get a little bit more range of motion. But once again, 2 sets to failure. Second set, we'll do some length and partials as well. All right, final exercise of the day. I normally do throw calves at the end as well as abduction machine, but we're running out of time. Gotta go to my cousin's birthday, and honestly, I'm just not in the mood today. Today's one of those fucking days where I don't wanna work out, don't wanna be here anymore, so we're just gonna knock out final set of RDLs, 2 sets, 5 to 8 reps. We did a build up from the bar to 135, 225, now at 295. 2 sets, 5 to 8. Try to control the eccentric as best we can. Go heavy, nice little hip hinge at the end of the day. Yep, nothing to it.
Alrighty, and that's a wrap on today's video. Sorry it was a little lackluster, honestly. Just wasn't really in the mood to film. I will say, Katie, as much as I love you, I think I'm made to work out alone. Just as far as things have been going lately, I just want to like...
I prefer the same.
Yeah, I think we both agree.
Really
we just want to work out alone, more or less. Not having headphones. I don't know. I just feel like when I work out with somebody else, I'm worried about how much of a workout they're doing, how they're getting along, all that kind of stuff. So overall, yeah, that's the leg day. Like I said, I normally do some sort of abduction machine as well as calf raise at the end. 2 sets, abduction machine, I think 9 to 12, and same thing with calf raise, 9 to 12 rep range. But since we had to get to my cousin's birthday, that's basically called a quits, but we got the majority of the work done with the squats, leg curls, leg extensions, and RDLs done. Feeling good. There's lots and lots and lots of room for improvement on the squats, but everything else felt pretty good. But yeah, once again, sorry for the lackluster video. The rest of them will probably just be voiceovers, so I can just like film in the gym with a tripod alone and then talk about it after, because I will say it's hard to like think about what I'm gonna say to you guys throughout the whole workout before each and every set versus just kind of doing the work and then talking about it after. So yeah, but I wanted to experiment with it. But yeah, once again, no need to like, comment, subscribe, or anything to this video. Just more of a filler, just to show you guys what my leg days are like. But yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.